It's a Saturday morning at the dive shop of Red Sail Sports. Divers are gearing up for a one-tank dive to one of the Caribbean's largest shipwrecks, the SS Antilla. This Saturday is much like many Saturday mornings for this group of avid scuba divers who call Aruba home, even if only for a few years. Vasco, Susana, and Romeo are all expats living and working on Aruba in our hospitality industry. Luckily, a stint here is not all work and no play. These hotel executives are making the most of their time on the island, immersing themselves in underwater adventures and enjoying the camaraderie that is part of the local dive community. When not submerged in the crystal clear waters off the coast of Aruba with his menagerie of underwater photography and videography equipment, Vasco Baselli, who was born in Germany and raised in Portugal, oversees the Hilton Aruba Caribbean Resort and Casino, working as the general manager since 2019. Vasco credits the dive community for helping him ease into the cultures and lifestyles of the various countries he has lived and worked.
The dive community is pretty close, and we all share a passion for the ocean and for the sport. So wherever I've landed, I've normally the first friends outside of work and colleagues that I've made are dive buddies. So buddies underwater, and then maybe a beer after diving. You know, how you build up friendship across the world.
Executive chef Romeo Panicino comes to Aruba from Argentina, painting the plates of the Aruba Marriott with his tasty creativity for the past 7 years. His creativity goes beyond the kitchen and into the deep blue, where he has been honing his underwater photography skills since 2009, when he first took up the hobby while working in Grand Cayman. From then on, the chef made sure his career path also kept him close to the sea.
When I have a new destination for my work, I try to look for, or when I'm looking for a new challenges in my career, I'm looking for really good places, also for combine the work life with the diving life. And Aruba is amazing for that.
Susana de Olivia was born in Cuba but spent part of her childhood growing up on Aruba and attending the international school here. Her career in hospitality has taken her to several countries, but when the Ritz-Carlton Aruba asked her to return as the director of meetings and events, she was more than happy to come back to our one happy island. She also credits the dive culture with introducing her to new friends around the world.
I think anywhere in the world where you go is the first place where you're gonna make friends is in a dive boat, and whatever I've been, I make sure that in the first week that I'm there, I book my first dive trip and just made lots of friends. So it's a great way to meet people all over the world, and you can stay in touch and travel together. I've done that with friends that I've met on different islands, on different countries. So it's a great way to meet friends.
This trio of hospitality execs met through diving here on Aruba, and moments like today are a big part of what island living represents to them. Aruba is known as the wreck dive capital of the Caribbean, with a variety of ships and even airplanes to explore, as well as dozens of coral reefs teeming with sea life.
To be honest, there's no such thing as a bad dive. So for me, being underwater is always the highlight of the week. I do try to dive pretty much every week, especially here at this beautiful Aruba. We have so much diverse and alternate dive spots, so whenever I can, I'm underwater.
This morning's dive at the Antilla takes our crew to a depth of about 60 feet, where this World War II German freighter rests. She was scuttled by the captain just off of Aruba's north coast in 1940 at the start of the war. The 400-foot ship now lies on her port side and is the third largest shipwreck in the Caribbean. Colonizing the nooks and crannies of the ship that is now broken in two are corals and sponges, attracting lobsters, sea turtles, moray eels, and other sea life. Local divers have their favorite dive sites, and the Antilla is definitely at the top of many lists, and is a must for visiting scuba divers to explore. And if you are a fan of night diving, this is a great spot for underwater nightlife.
I love Antilla by night. I just think that whole massive wreck just gets another level of eeriness, and history somehow feels closer to be touched at dusk and at nightfall.
My favorite dive in Aruba is Antilla. In the night also Antilla is fantastic, it's really, really good. It's one of the best places in Aruba.
Both Vasco and Romeo's passion for diving is captured in their videos and photographs, a hobby that both take seriously, working on perfecting their craft every time they make the plunge. For now, Susanna simply lives in those special moments underwater, but diving with shutterbugs Vasco and Romeo has certainly piqued her interest in getting behind the lens in the near future. For those in the dive community, swapping fishtails and reminiscing about the day's dive over a cold beer is a big part of this bonding experience, and an integral part of forging friendships in a foreign land.